Yeah. I'm actually looking forward to this exchange to know about you and your life, Nikki. I want to know what's happening because I see you've evolved, you've done so much since I've met you, and especially what you're doing with, I think, your performance art studio. I want to know performance studio. I want to know more about that. So yeah, tell me.
So should I start, or do you want to interrogate me?
I yeah, totally want to interrogate you. Tell me, what are you? I think it's so wonderful that someone with your kind of experience, is now sort of giving back, and it is so easy winning Miss India and then representing the country. I mean, I think it's phenomenal. This has been my dream to be on an Insta chat with a legitimate Miss India universe. This is it. So
What? So I'm
it's a
sure
fanboy.
Nakuul, I'm sure there's one item that's been ticked off your bucket list then, right?
This is the bucket. This is the entire bucket. uh,
I'm just taking my chances with this. But to answer your question, thank you so much. That actually is how it started. I wanted to give back in whatever capacity I could with regard to the performing arts. I've especially kept my studio. I've kept the canvas large. I don't want it to be only with regard to acting, only with regard to beauty pageantry. But anyone who performs,
right.
and also a lot of people don't understand that you're also actually performing every single day of your life. Even though you're not part of the entertainment industry, you don't really need a stage. You can create your stage in your own room, just like you and I have done, in this very precise moment as well. So that's where it started, and I'm having a lot of fun, because I've got musicians who come to me as well.
Wow.
So it's nice because they come with their own, they have their own window that they open for me, and then I have my own windows that I show them. So it's a beautiful exchange, and it's healthy, and I'm
Wow.
honestly having a blast.
Like, break it down for someone who's probably watching this, and like, what does it entail? Like, what does it mean by a performance studio? I'm like just trying to, it'd be easier for everyone to sort of access it then maybe.
So if you're starting out, especially if you're starting out, and let's say you're a musician. Okay, let's just say you're a musician and you want to start out and you don't know how to go about it. Now there are things that you need to do, things that you should not be doing. So the first thing that you need to look at, and what I really, really harp on, is your presentation.
Right.
In the entertainment line, in the glamour line, whether you like it or not, whether you believe it or not, but your visual appearance makes a lot of difference. So people talk about first impression, or they talk about lasting impression, whichever one works for you. You've got to make sure that you're bringing your A game. You've got to.
Man, can I go change, do my hair and come back?
I knew that was coming up. But too late now.
I've just showed up, man. I showered. I swear, that's what I did. That was my preparation.
Oh God. So it's along those lines. Things that you need to do, things that you should not be doing on stage. How to get over stage fright. I get a lot of questions. How do we speak in public? Got butterflies in my stomach. Everyone has butterflies.
How do you start? So like, what's the first advice? Like, what's the first advice? How do you get over the butterflies? I still get them, man, all the time.
Do you still get them?
Yeah. Of course.
What do you do? Because I'll tell you what I do.
Well, I want to know what you do. Listen, you have far more experience in this field than I do.
Great. Well, simply listen. At the end of it, the crux is your breath. Whether you're shooting,
I agree.
whether you're sitting, no matter what you're doing, at the end of the day, it is your breath, which is a telltale sign of your state of being. So the first thing you need to do, if you need to calm down, just concentrate on your breath and slow down. And in the wings, it's very easy to do that. That's what I do before I go on stage as well.
So what, do you have a breath routine or a breath exercise?
There's something that I anyway do daily. I meditate, I do dhyan. So that's something that I do on a day-to-day basis, any which ways. But even before going on stage, first of all, Nakuul, I'm not someone who gets hyper very easily. So that is an advantage with me. But if you're not, if you're someone who gets very, very hyper, just slow down. Just take that 1 minute and just slow down your breath, and it will work wonders. And the thing is, then you've got to switch off and just think about your show. You just got to think about your gig. That's what happens in acting as well. If you start thinking about who's watching me, oh my God, there are 50 people who are just looking at me, who are staring at me. There is no way that you'll be able to act as well, right? I'm sure you'll agree with me. If you're not there in the moment, if you're not there in the scene, if you're not there 100%, there's no way that you can perform. That's what performing is. And it's not your routine. It is actually you being someone else. You're being real in the moment, but you're being someone else. So this is what people don't understand. That there is a persona.
But when you're presenting, you're playing a lot of yourself, right? Of course, there's a persona to it and all of that.
Absolutely. Presenting, yes, not with the acting. Of course, you derive your experiences.
Yeah, but like when you're presenting, what part of it is authentically you and what part of it is your persona coming in? Sorry, I'm going to ask you technical questions,
I'll tell you what I do. What I do is that usually I'm not someone who's very talkative. I actually am not. But the moment I know I need to be talkative, this is my zone, this is what I need to do. Everything comes with awareness. So it's just that little switch, and there's always a switch that goes on and off. So for me, I just need to switch on that switch and say, this is the stage, this is what I do, the talking, and people listen. Otherwise, at home, I can do what I want to be, right? But so it's actually a lot to do with awareness and what it is, what's your goal? What's your desired goal, right? So accordingly, you adapt. There's nothing you can't do. I mean, if you adapt.
Listen, give me like actionable tips I can use.
You don't need any tips, okay? So
no, that's not true. That's not true at all. That's not true at all.
You need no tips. I have seen your work. Okay. Let's talk about presenting, because presenting is it's just my passion.
Close to you, yeah.
I can just talk about for hours at length. Yeah. But I saw this one presenting clip of yours, Nakuul. I don't know who you presented it for, but you shared it online, and it was phenomenal. It was phenomenal, not only because everything was down packed to the T, the timing was just perfect. And for someone who performs, we know that a lot of times it's not just only about how you feel. There's a lot of technical aspects also that have to fit in and have to gel, right, with what you're doing. Man, you got it down to the T. The timing was just
damn, what is this? I've never found anything of...
I looked at it and I said,
no shit.
God, this guy is phenomenal. Absolutely. And,
no shit, man.
I speak from the bottom of my heart, in all honesty. You're a friend. I don't need to flatter you. I don't need to impress you. But man, was I impressed.
But if you decide to do flatter me, I will record this clip and use it on my Instagram.
Go for it. Absolutely, go for it.